Long ago, in the flourishing village of Ugonma, there lived a wealthy palm wine tapper and trader named Nnanyelugo. His fame stretched far beyond his kindred, for his compound was the largest, and his barns were always overflowing with yam. But behind his wealth was sorrow. His first wife, Ugonma, had died suddenly, leaving behind 2 children. Mmadụka, his first son, strong-willed and intelligent. Chisom, his younger daughter, gentle and beautiful like the morning sun. After Ugonma's death, Nnanyelugo took a second wife named Ugonma, a woman whose beauty was like the rainbow after rainfall. But her beauty carried within it the venom of envy and greed. Soon, she bore him a son, Nnanyelugo, and from that day, her heart hardened. In her eyes, Mmadụka and Chisom were obstacles, children of another womb who stood in the way of her own son's inheritance. Ugonma wore the mask of kindness in public, smiling sweetly at her stepchildren, calling them my children. But behind closed doors, her tongue was sharp and her hands cruel. She would starve Chisom, heap heavy chores on her, and mock her tears. Mmadụka, though still young, stood like a pillar for his sister. Many times, he shielded her from beatings and insults, but when he tried to tell their father, Nnanyelugo, the man waved him aside. Ugonma is a good woman, he would say. You must stop speaking evil about your stepmother. The children bore their pain in silence. What even Nnanyelugo did not know was that Ugonma's ambition had driven her into the arms of Dibia Mkpulumma, a feared priest who lived at the edge of the evil forest. She wanted her son, Nnanyelugo, to inherit everything, and the Dibia told her there was only one path. The blood of an innocent child from the same household. Ugonma's heart grew darker, and her eyes settled on Chisom. One moonless night, Ugonma wrapped herself in a black wrapper and carried a calabash filled with kola nuts, palm oil, and a live chicken. She walked swiftly into the forest, fear and greed battling in her chest. At the shrine, Dibia Mkpulumma stood waiting, his wrinkled body painted with chalk, his grey beard reaching his chest. Skulls and charms hung around him. Have you brought the items? He asked, his voice deep and heavy. Yes, great one, Ugonma replied, kneeling. Tell me what must be done. The Dibia's eyes glowed in the firelight. Bring me the girl, Chisom. Her blood will strengthen the gods' favor on your son. Without her, your child will always stand in the shadows of another. Ugonma trembled but nodded. It will be done. From that day, Ugonma's cruelty turned into false sweetness. She began treating Chisom kindly, combing her hair, telling her stories, and giving her food. You are my daughter, she would say softly, her smile hiding venom. Chisom, innocent and longing for motherly love, believed her. She leaned into Ugonma's embrace, unaware of the trap being laid. But Mmadụka watched closely. His sharp eyes caught the falseness in his stepmother's smile. He said nothing, but in his heart, suspicion burned. Chief of Rice, the festival of New Yam. The time came for the grand IWAG, New Yam Festival. The village square was alive with drums, masquerades danced under the full moon, and the aroma of roasted yam filled the air. Nnanyelugo, dressed in white, laughed heartily as he drank calabash after calabash of palm wine. Guests filled the compound, praising him. In the middle of the celebration, Ugonma bent to Chisom and whispered, My daughter, come. I want to show you something beautiful by the river. It is a secret only for us women. Chisom, trusting, followed. But Mmadụka, noticing their absence, quietly slipped away, trailing them in the shadows. Water wave at the river shrine. The river glistened under the moonlight, its waters whispering secrets. In front of it stood a small shrine, decorated with bones, feathers, and clay pots. Ugonma led Chisom forward, her face unreadable. Suddenly, Dibia Mkpulumma stepped out of the shadows, a sharp ritual knife in his hand. Chisom gasped, stepping back. Mama, who is this man? Ugonma's eyes turned cold as stone. Forgive me, Chisom. Your life must end so my son may rise. Chisom screamed, but the Dibia grabbed her, forcing her toward the altar. Just as the knife gleamed above her head, Mmadụka burst from the bushes. "Leave my sister," he shouted, his voice echoing like thunder. He lunged at the priest, striking him with a heavy stick. The two wrestled violently, the Dibia hissing like a snake. Ugonma shrieked, clawing at Mmadụka to save her plan, but he shoved her aside. With one final blow, Mmadụka knocked the Dibia to the ground, unconscious. Chisom broke free, weeping uncontrollably. Together, the children ran back to the compound, their feet flying over the earth. They burst into the festival, breathless and terrified. "Father!" Mmadụka cried. Stepmother tried to kill Chisom. She took her to the river shrine. The drummers froze, the dancers stopped mid-step, and silence fell like a heavy cloak. Nnanyelugo staggered forward, disbelief in his eyes. "What madness is this?" But even as he spoke, villagers who had followed the children's cries arrived, dragging the unconscious Dibia Mkpulumma into the square. His knife, charms, and blood-stained cloth were displayed before all. Gasps filled the air. An elder pointed at Ugonma. "Nnanyelugo, open your eyes. This woman sought the blood of your daughter." The crowd roared in anger. Ugonma, realizing her secret was laid bare, fell to her knees, weeping. "My husband, forgive me. I only wanted to secure Nnanyelugo's future. The gods demanded it." But Nnanyelugo's face twisted with rage. He struck her across the face. "Evil woman. The gods do not demand the blood of children, your wickedness has cursed you." By dawn, the elders gathered beneath the sacred oak tree. Ugonma and the Dibia were dragged before them. The chief priest declared, "The ancestors do not drink the blood of the innocent. Such evil has no place in Umuakagu." The Dibia was banished into the evil forest, cursed never to return. Ugonma, stripped of her beads and ornaments, was cast out of the village, left to wander in disgrace. Nnanyelugo, broken with shame, fell before his children. Tears washed his cheeks. "Mmadụka, Chisom, forgive me. I was blind to the truth. I chose beauty and ignored wisdom. I almost lost you." Mmadụka held his sister close, his voice firm. "Father, we live because love is stronger than evil. Let this be a lesson to never close your ears to the cries of the innocent." The villagers nodded, and from that day, the tale of Ugonma's downfall was told at moonlight gatherings. Moral lesson. Greed and jealousy can destroy even the strongest family. The innocent should never pay the price for another's ambition. No beauty or wealth is worth more than truth and love. This was the tale of Ugonma, the stepmother whose greed led to her downfall. Evil may wear the mask of beauty, but it always reveals itself in the end. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more African village stories.